House, no joke.
You watched it so you watched it in syndication. I watched it when it was.
That's right. Yeah.
Jodie, was it Friday nights that it was on Full House?
It was TGIF. It was one of the Friday night lineup.
There you go. See, Kara's a few years younger than us. I think Jodie, we're close to the same age, but Kara's a few years younger, and she remembers it in syndication.
So I had the reruns, but man, we watched them all the time.
It's Jodie Sweetin, Stephanie Tanner from Full House. How you doing, dear?
I'm doing well. I'm doing very well.
Yeah, so, wow, well, life is crazy. We were talking off the air. You're a new mom, and you got a baby on the way, and you got a 2-year-old. What's motherhood like for you right now for the last couple of years?
You know what? That has been probably the biggest joy of my life. I mean, I absolutely love being a mom. And Zoe, my 2-year-old, is so cute and so funny and so full of personality, and I have no idea where she gets it. But she is just the funniest little person, and she's just talking up a storm now, and I love it. Every day I wake up and I'm like, this is like the real good stuff of life.
Wow. Well, they always say, I guess the second baby though is like a 180 from the first. So I guess get ready for you.
I will be interested to see what the new little person is going to be like.
Wow. Well, it's great to have you on, and of course, growing up, you're growing up on a TV sitcom, especially one of that level of popularity. Mm-hmm. I mean, one of the biggest TV sitcoms of all time. It had to be tough, and of course, it reflected in the battles that you've been through, and of course, you write about those in Unsweetened, the book, which is now out in paperback in July. They can get at bookstores everywhere. What was it like, kind of growing up under such a spotlight like that?
It was weird. People are always like, "Oh my God, it was the most popular show," and I because I'm not a real big TV watcher. I never watched the show when it was on. So it was like something that I did during the week, and then I went home and went to school and lived my life.
Right.
So it was always funny to me because I guess I didn't really understand the impact and how huge Full House was. I'd go to sign autographs and there would be thousands of people there, and I was like, wow, they all watch the show. It was just sort of strange to me that it had such a huge impact. But it was, I loved growing up and doing the show. I had a really wonderful experience.
Yeah.
As far as being a child actor, the people on our set were amazing, the cast, the crew. It was a really fun experience, and I don't think I would trade it for anything.
Yeah, and so a lot of people would say that being on TV as a child and, being a kid TV star, they say that would contribute to, alcohol abuse, drug abuse and stuff. What would you say, since you had such a good experience as a child actor, what would you say would be the cause of, all the stuff that you went through and the drug abuse?
I think, for me personally, I think that, sure, it adds a whole different layer of issues on top of other things.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But I think that for me personally, I would have had issues with addiction and alcoholism regardless.
Despite it, yeah.
I think that these are things that, I would have had to deal with, on just a slightly less public scale. I would have gone through it and people wouldn't have known about it because I wasn't a child star.
Right.
But, it definitely did add a whole other layer of things on there of, insecurities and things like that, that maybe I wouldn't have had. But, I talk about it in the book. I was adopted and had, a family history of addiction. So I think that this is something that, sort of genetically I was predisposed to and would have had to struggle with anyway.
Right.
How do you fight through it every day? Because it's one of those things where it was real easy and it happened to you and you kind of fell into a double life, and now, I guess having children, I guess that's a big motivator for you, isn't it?
It's a huge motivator. It's a huge motivator, but I think I got to a point in my life where, I let go of a lot of things. I let go of a lot of a lot of resentments and a lot of, things that I had to deal with on my own. And I think I just got to a place where finally I was ready to move past that.
Right.
And, I'm still obviously a person, I don't drink, I don't use,
right.
And that's just how it will be. But it's not, it's something that, is a part of my life I focus on. But it's not the only focus of my life. I don't sit around going, oh my God, don't drink, don't drink, don't drink.
Right.
In the beginning, it's hard. In the beginning, that's kind of what you're thinking because, it's getting out of, you know, the cycle of that. But, you know, then it gets to a place of, you know, okay, now we're moving to living your life clean. Right. And not just, you know, living your life without drugs and alcohol, but, you know,
just living life in
an improved way. Right, exactly. And, and, you know, being a mom is a huge part of that. I mean, there's, you know, like I said, you know, the biggest joy of my life is sitting around and, you know, playing with my daughter and, you know, watching Elmo's potty time 7 times a day.
That makes me excited. And I'm 21. I'm like, don't get me excited yet.
Seriously, though, if I watch it like one more time in a day, it's pretty bad.
Jodie Sweetin, she was Stephanie Tanner on Full House. Her book is Unsweetened. You can get it in softcover now at all your major bookstores, Amazon.com. The list goes on and on and on. Hey, I can't let you get out of here without. Can we get one How Rude? Seriously, is it okay to go there?
I think we can. How rude!
That is so great.
See,
you are awesome.
Little, I had like a real high pitched voice, and it sort of, you know, it was cuter then. Now it's just.
I think it was just as cute now.
There are montages to it on YouTube of just giant montages of all your clips from the show. Bless your heart.
I know.
Hey, you're
I should have like trademarked it or something.
You should have. Yeah, like everything.
I could make money on this.
Hey, you're an inspiration, and continue best of luck to you and to your family and to your 2-year-old and the new one on the way. Best of luck, best wishes. We're right here for you. The book is Unsweetened. Jodie Sweetin from Stephanie Tanner from Full House. We'll talk to you soon, okay?
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
She is fantastic, isn't she?
That was
absolutely
great.
Amazing.
Yeah.